Hello everyone, Threxor here. It's July 25th, 2013, and this is another Threxor StarCraft 2 Bronze League Strategy Analysis. Today we're going to be talking about a very specific Zergling build. It was used by Scarlet on Day 9 Daily number 612. He covered it. I don't remember which match it was, but this was a build that Scarlet used. He went 14 gas, 14 pool into Zergling speed, with getting the extra gas in order to lead him into Infestors and Ultralisks. He used Banelings as kind of an intermediate force equalizer, and it ended up working really well. He didn't use any Roaches, any Hydras, or any Mutas, which is very, very unusual to see from pro level players at this stage. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a game first, where I basically just showcase what the build is supposed to look like. We're going to look at the first 7 minutes of it. We're going to see what kind of status we're in, what units we have on the way, and we're going to talk a little bit about what kind of a position our opponent's going to be in. This is designed to provide early pressure without dedicating ourselves to an all-in with Zerglings. A lot of people consider anything dealing with Zerglings and Banelings as an all-in, but I don't really subscribe to that notion. You should always have a backup plan, or what am I going to do if I lose my entire army? What am I going to do if I don't break down his door? What do I do if he just sees it and decides to attack me early? So we're going to look at some of those perspectives. After that, we're going to look at one of my ladder matches, the third ladder match that I played, and we're going to look at how effectively this could be used with a little bit of, hey, I scouted this, hey, I saw that, hey, I counted these number of units at his front, and how I reacted to that. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the game here. Okay, move my notepad out of the way and start. So we're going at faster 2 speed right now. You're going to see me do a very, very normal kind of play where I get up to 9 drones, and then I build my Overlord, and then I start my 10th drone, and then my Overlord and my drone pop out at the same time. Then I immediately build 2 more drones to push me up to 12. Then it starts to get a little bit interesting. So 13th drone is being built right now. We're going to go ahead and slow it down here. 13th drone is being built. 13th drone pops out, 14th drone starts getting built. It's the 1 minute 45 second mark, and I send my first drone to go scouting. He should arrive at my opponent's base around 2 minutes. The gas goes down. I build another drone, and I select another drone. I wait for the 200, drop my spawning pool. My gas finishes, 3 workers immediately go into it. Yes, I know I still need to work on selecting drones that don't have minerals on them at the time, but, we're just looking at the build right now. More drones on the way. You get up to about 16 drones, and then you begin building an Overlord. That guy should turn into an Overlord. There we go. Now, the objective behind this timing is when your spawning pool finishes, you will have exactly 100 gas. That's the goal. I usually miss the mark, but you will have enough resources to build 1 queen and start the research on your metabolic boost. Most of the time when you see this build go down, you will see people pull workers out of gas, put them back on minerals, so you can just keep flooding lanes. I personally choose to leave them in gas so that I can build a Baneling nest if I need to, or if I can transition into Roaches really easily if I need to. So anywhere between 21 and 23 to 24 supply is when you'll see a Zerg take another expansion. I usually wait for my first queen to pop out, inject larva, and then somewhere in this time frame, you'll see, there he goes now. There he goes now. You'll see one of my workers go out. He'll start his. He'll start the hatchery at the natural. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause here. It is the 4 minute 40 second mark. I have 4 lings that are at my opponent's front door. These lings right now are going to be used to see, is my opponent walling off? Is he not walling off and he just doesn't have his barracks there? It's at this time that you usually see players, you can tell, especially if you're going up against Terran or Protoss, you can tell, okay, is my opponent trying something weird and cheesy and really, or is he being really, really greedy and getting an extra expansion way earlier than he really should be, given the present state of the game? Or is he playing somewhat more traditionally? Try to stay away from the word standard play, and I try to go with more traditional. I think the vocabulary applies a little bit better. So at this point, 4 Zerglings at the front. I'm expecting to lose 2 of these. Because of this, the way this works out, there's no one to kill me, so I never lose Zerglings. So we'll go ahead and count up to see if you've got really, really good control at the 7-minute mark, how many Zerglings you have on the field, how many you have on the way. Alright, so I'm building another 4 Zerglings. I'm continuing to build drones whenever I can. Usually what I try to do, so that I make sure that I never forget to build drones, I will build drones on my non-larval injections. So what that means is I will build drones out of the larvae that come directly out of the hatchery. And I will build my attacking units out of the larvae that get spawned from the queen. It kind of helps keep me in this constant pattern of building more drones, building more drones, building more drones. There are times where you transition really, really hard. If you know you're going to double expand, you just hard cut, you stop producing the army, you only build drones. And then there are times when you get to a moment like this. If both of your bases are saturated at this point, you would just cut drones completely and just build attacking units. I don't. I just keep doing my little pattern here. So we're at the 6-minute and 30-second mark. On the field right now, I have 12 Zerglings, I've got 2 queens out, and I've got 24 drones. So we're not doing the greatest in the economy department, but we're doing really good if we want to keep a lot of pressure on our opponent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here at the 7-minute mark. Let's just kind of take an inventory of the forces that we have out right now. Still only have 24 drones, so yeah, I could drone a lot better. But we've got 20 Zerglings on the field. We have 6 that are leaving the main base. We have 4 that were already en route. And we've got 8 at our opponent's main. Now, during this time, as you can tell by my money up here, I could have built a baneling's nest. These could have all been turned into banelings. A Terran opponent's base would be basically blown wide open. So these lings that are coming now, these 10 lings, can run in and do a massive amount of damage to my opponent's supply. To my opponent's economy, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and let this thing finish out, because I do end up producing 10 more Zerglings by the time I leave. These 10 Zerglings are about to pop. I have more Overlords on the way. You can see how this kind of cascades into something just terrible. So that's kind of what the build looks like in theory. So let's go ahead and look at it in practice. Let me go ahead and pull up this replay here. Now I'm doing this recording all from one screen on a laptop because I'm kind of away for work right now. So let me just pull this up real quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue it up. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about possible things that could happen. So at the 7-minute mark, you'll more likely see Terran players, especially at the Bronze League level, they're dedicated to a build. It's going to take them some time to kind of pump the brakes, stop, change directions, and switch to a different tech path. Protoss players are even more in a pickled situation. They are 100% dedicated. I think Protoss take a longer time to tech switch than Terran do. So this early pressure leads itself to forcing your opponent to build defensive units so that you can get a good strong economy up, or if it kind of kills them right away. So yeah, it is kind of a cheese play, but you know, it works. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at another one of my games now. I actually played this one on the ladder. You get to see it kind of be executed. There's a couple of things to note. I didn't build quite enough banelings. It ended up working out for me. But we'll kind of go through this watch. You'll see the same. You'll see very similar timings. I was still kind of working on the pattern with this one. It just happened to work out. So we're going to go ahead and jump right here into the game. So up here in the top left, we've got me going for a 14 gas, 14 pool. Kind of like a timing build. And then on the bottom right, we have Jernau. This fellow, he did decently well. He had some micro issues when I was playing against him that I noticed, but there wasn't a whole lot he could do. You'll see I get a really lucky Baneling hit in and kill all of his army, except for 2 by the time I actually push for the attack. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to look at my perspective here. Now, one thing that I'm really bad at doing is getting this Overlord the heck out of my base at the beginning of the game. I just kind of start building my stuff and then go, oh, hey, there's an Overlord there. So, like always, we're going to see very traditional Overlord at 9 supply and 100 minerals. Drone at 50 minerals to push me up to 10, and then we just kind of have to wait. You'll have 2 larvae at least out by the time the Overlord pops, and 100 minerals. Plop down another 2 drones. Get the Overlord out of the way, send him into position. Now, the way I send my Overlords out and about now is I send one right here. I point him in this direction. The other one, on this map in particular, I park him right here. So that at the 7-minute mark, I can take this Overlord, run him directly over here so I can see how many gas they've taken in their main. I'll usually see if they're building tech here or here. And then with the Overlord at the front, it allows me to keep eyes on target, if you will, for any army that my opponent might be producing. So, coming back over here, you can see we built the extractor. You can see the spawning pool is down. I go to 16 supply, which means that the next larva out should be an Overlord. Now with this one, I messed up the timing on these 2 just a slight little bit. I got them on the right supply, I didn't get them on the right time. So you see me, I actually move my guys out of gas and send them back to minerals. Spawning pool pops, metabolic boost, and a queen go down. Now, there's one thing that I want to note here. Now, my scout timing is late, but I still get some valuable information from this. Now, if we watch this drone, we see, okay, I send my drone down there, now what? I will here soon select the drone, try and send him up the ramp. He gets attacked twice. It grabs my attention, I look down. I see... We'll go back again and pause it. And this leads into my last video where I talked about scout timings and what you should be seeing. So right here I see Marine in production, Marine on the field. I'm not seeing all that much at the 3-minute mark, which means my opponent's either slow or he took a gas. or he took some other sort of tech building that takes minerals. So we're going to go ahead and keep pushing along here. I am now at 19 supply. I have two drones on the way. You'll notice that it takes me a while before I actually start building Zerglings in this particular match. It also takes me a while before I plop down my hatchery here. So Queen comes out. Because I scouted the low count and the wall off, I go ahead and just build a baneling nest. Put guys back into gas. Oh, here's something else. So, when I scout that, my first reaction, I grab more guys and I put them into gas. Because I know, hey, I need to go banelings. I need to break down this wall. I need to punish him for getting something other than Marines within the first 4 minutes of the game. So I put my guys into gas. The baneling nest will come down soon. Actually, I do it as soon as I get 50. As soon as I get 50 guys. So I leave my drone here. I let him heal up. The Overlord comes in. He parks himself so that I can see the ramp. Drone scout. Once again, I count that there's only 3 Marines here and 1 coming out. So I know he's going for some sort of tech. He plopped down engineering bay, he's building another barracks, he's not really dumping that much into units. I take my natural, and this is the time when I start building Zerglings. Chair is squeaking. So Zergling speed finishes, I send my Zerglings down to go cause chaos and havoc. Build another Overlord because I'm supply capped. So he now has 5 Marines out. He's not producing any. He's decided to go for a factory. Gets a tech lab out, starts to produce 2 Marauders and 2 Marines. So I have more Zerglings on the way. Now, my baneling nest has been done for a good chunk of time now. You'll see when these 4 Zerglings get down to here, I'm going to turn them into banelings. I know I need to break down this front door. So, baneling nest is down, transfer of the drones goes down, and so we have this case. I've got my drone sitting here making sure that he doesn't sneak out and get an expansion. I've got an Overlord here to make sure that he doesn't run an army out that my drone doesn't see. Right here, he's got 7 Marines and 1 Marauder out. Second Marauder on the way. Starport going down. You can see that he's clearly going for some sort of heavier tech play. Either he's rushing to his medevacs or he is just trying something. So you'll see. This is bad timing on his part. He lowers his ramp. I run in, get 2 baneling hits, and kill all but 3 of his units. The Zerglings come in, and they clean up the Marauders. They hit the last one. Destroy the supply depot. I kind of have them start attacking this, and then I realize, oh, crap. I need to go destroy his minerals. At this point, he says, nice rush, GG, and leaves the game. So, today we talked about an opening for Zerg, 14 gas, 14 pool, directly into Speedlink. You saw how the timings all kind of meshed together and fit just pretty perfect like a puzzle. You saw how it could be used for an early push. You saw how it can be used to kind of devastate your opponent within the first 10 minutes of the game. I didn't really have any good instances of me using it to pressure my enemy so that I can get some other tech choice out. I will be playing the ladder this Saturday, so I'm going to be trying that. My goal right now is to keep doing this build and to try I'm going to go Ling Bane Lane, see if I can go to Infestors and Ultralisks. I'm going to try that sort of a build for now, just to see what it is. I'm just going to play the build until I either get it down or I realize that it's not going to work for me. So, if you liked the video, if you think it was of better quality this time than the last one, go ahead and like, subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central, streaming StarCraft 2 Ladder Bronze League as Zerg on twitch.tv/Threxor. You can find me on Twitter at Threxor. And, of course, you can find me here on YouTube. So, take the knowledge, enjoy playing, and I hope to see you on the ladder.